What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It's your boy G Waterz. We're back with another episode of Solar Streets. This episode, we have the one and only Nate Jones on bass from the BX. What's going on, my brother? Welcome to the show.
My brother. How you doing, man?
I'm blessed. Thankful to have you here on the show. You know, I've been trying to make this happen for a little minute, and we are finally here. 2025 is in the building, and you've been killing every year.
God is good, man. You know what? Wait. Before we start, I definitely want to say thank you to you because you've been a consistent friend. How long have we known each other? Almost 20 years?
20 years.
You've been a consistent friend and a supporter. Like anytime I see you anywhere in New York or anywhere, you literally, man, it's words of encouragement. And I just know that you got my back.
Definitely.
And I know that whatever room you in, my name is safe.
That's what I'm talking about. I feel the same way.
Appreciate that, man.
So, I feel the same way. I feel the same way.
Yeah, I know it's an interview and all of that, but man, you my brother, man. So anytime you call me, I'm gonna try to be here for you, brother.
I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Man.
This is a great way to start the show.
Man. Come on, let's get to it, baby.
All right. So let me ask you this, because you've been doing the bass for a little minute. How did you get started in the music?
I started by playing in church, right? So small Baptist church in Harlem, and I was playing the drums. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I was okay, but I wasn't as good as the rest of my family because they had houses. I lived in an apartment, so they get to practice. And then I had another cousin that was playing bass, and I was like, man, I want to learn that. And he showed me my cousin Barry showed me what he knew and gave me some lessons, and just took it from there and just ran with it, you know.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. I'm still learning, man. I'm still learning.
Was it a goal of yours to always be a musician, or was it something that was a hobby?
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I'm so glad that you said that because the goals change. But yeah, I always wanted to be a musician. I wanted to be a traveling musician. And I was just telling we have another friend of another great musician that you know. We grew up together in the Bronx, and we both were getting kicked out of our mom's houses, and it was like, yo, we got to make a decision. So he went corporate. He said, "Yeah, I want to do the corporate thing for the stability." And I was like, "Man, I want to be a cat, man. I want to travel, and I want to tour, and I want to meet some amazing people along the way in that. And then I'll come back and I'll do corporate, and I'll do it, and I'll learn all of that." So it's always been a goal.
Okay.
It's always been a goal of mine to do stuff.
Who are some of your influences musically?
Oh God. Just on the bass, or you mean in general?
Just like what that inspired the bass to this music.
For bass. Yeah, for bass, I would have to say first it was my peers, kind of just growing up because they were elite players, and because of them, I developed very fast.
Who are some of the bass players, the musicians that you grew up around?
Oh, like cats just in my circle, I'll circle cats like Al Cardi, you know, all the brothers from the Bronx, and then the Tony Stevensons, the Ron Longs, the rest in peace, the Dave Jones, and just my circle, that's doing the cover scene, the cover world, and then in the gospel world as well too. So those are my first inspirations, and then I started getting to the Marcus Millers and the Victor Wootens, and knowing who James Jamerson was, and just Chuck Berry, all of the cats that were recording, Anthony Jackson, all the cats that were recording, and I was like, man, I want to do that. So first it was the touring, and then once I set that goal, I would try to set goals the goals were happening so fast. I try to set goals every 6 months because they're happening faster and faster and faster, So now, the last 10 years was I wanted to be James Jamerson, man. And I was like, man, I want to rock out with some cats that want to record. And then I got with Team Dreamville, J. Cole's team. And it was great because he had a vision of he wanted to start a label with a bunch of artists. So it was all just aligning, so I was able to manifest that, and God just opened up these doors where I can record with him and a bunch of artists So that was my goal. I have new goals now, but that was my goal to do that, to play on records. You know,
that's dope. That's dope. I mean, because you've been doing it for a minute, and not just doing it. I mean, you've been doing it big out here in these streets. We're proud of you, especially being from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? And just holding it down. It's like, we have to show the love and support of one another, especially when someone is talented and doing it crazy. I remember seeing you for the first time play. I think it was at Soul Cafe.
Jeez, you taking me all the way back.
I tell you, we go back decades, man.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying. So and you was doing your thing there. I believe it was probably was playing for. Did you ever play for Maria Davis?
Of course.
Okay. So that probably was the gig.
The legend.
Yes, the one and only.
Yeah,
so
man.
That probably was the gig, and that's when I met you, and then I asked you to be a part of my band when I did my my situation.
Yeah, we did something. I remember that was we did that. Yeah. That was in Harlem, actually. I remember that.
No, we did. My show was at the Sugar Bar.
Sugar Bar, yes. But remember the first time we did a show, it was when you had released some music. Your first show, it was at, I forgot the name of the spot. It was in Harlem though. I remember I can't remember, that place is no longer there. But it was a spot in Harlem, and that was my first time working with you on your original music. But yes, we also did the Sugar Bar as well, several times.
Okay. Yeah. That was fun. So I already know what it feels like to have Nate on the big. That's why whenever I do a gig, I always ask if you're available because you know what I'm saying. You're always holding it down.
I appreciate that, man. My goal is to my goal is to make people sound good. You know, obviously play the bass, play my responsibility, but I like to make people sound good. You know, that's what I love to do. When I'm playing,
a musician who cares.
When I'm playing, my goal is for them to see you in the highest light as possible, and that's for every artist. You know,
where did you get that understanding, that attribute? Because I mean, I would want to hope that a lot of musicians have that, but you know, whenever I get the opportunity to work with someone, because I'm always requesting you, so I don't know.
I would say my family. Also, I have a lot of mentors that they're super intentional. Big shouts to my big brother Mike Phillips. You don't get no more intentional than that, brother. So I've learned along the way, and the goal is to come in and be again, like I said, make people sound good, but be an asset to the bandstand. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is, if you hire me, I got 2 basses, I got 300 sounds ready, and you see me playing with cats, Trey Songz and the elites, man. But I treat you the same way. You get the same respect.
Definitely. I already knows what the energy is like. So I could that's why you're there in those spaces, because of not just your skill set, but also you as a person. Like, you're just a great
asset
to whatever movement that I'm sure that you're a part of, because you've been that on mine.
Appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? So you work with Trey Songz. You work with not just Trey Songz. You work with J-Lo. You work with Justin. I mean, it's a who's who of who you work with.
It's been beautiful.
What is like? First, congratulations on
I appreciate
you know what I'm saying?
I'm still going.
I know it, but what does that even like? What does that even feel like these days as a musician? I know as a background singer, I've done a couple of gigs with a few artists out there, but you're doing it consistently. Like, is it regular to you now, or is it still exciting?
I'm still super passionate. I'm still super excited about it, man. Like, I'm flying out to LA to do a show with D Nice.
Nice.
A bunch of artists on the bill on this one, and I'm super excited, and I've been intentional. Like, I wrote down a bunch of names and just people that I admire their work and their work ethic and who they are as a person. And I was like, man, I want to work with these people. And God, I'm telling you, 2024, I'm looking forward to 2025, but 2024 has been absolutely man. Listen. But to answer your question, yes, I'm still passionate when my phone rings and people are like, they want to hire me on any level. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I appreciate that, and I want to do the best job that I possibly can. and kick some ass, you know.
Man, you're definitely doing that. I mean, your resume is just growing. It's just continuing to grow, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. Who are some of the artists that you haven't worked with that you would like to work with in the future?
I would change genres of music. So I still want to work with some of the like I haven't worked with Patty. I haven't worked with Valerie Simpson on her original music. Hello, Miss Val.
Come on now, let's come on, Miss Val.
There's a lot of legends that I want to work with, and then also I want to change genres of music. You know, I can play all styles, so it'd be great to do a dope jazz gig, like Dave Koz and or Chris Brody's. I mean, excuse me, not Chris, Dave Koz or what's my other brother's name? Can't remember his name off the top of that. And I want to do a country gig too. That would be awesome.
That'll be dope. That'll be dope.
Oh man, I auditioned for this Latin gig.
And you already got the hat, so you can.
Yeah. I auditioned for this. I've never toured. I've toured around the world, but I've never been to South America. So I heard there was a secret audition going on, and I got in the loop of, and they definitely took me through the ringer. They made me do all kind of like auditions, and they wanted different bases. They put me through the ringer. They wanted videos. They wanted me to. It was crazy, but the tour didn't go down. But I definitely would have had that. So South America is I definitely want to hit South America.
Okay, I was going to ask you that too. Like, with your resume being so crazy, like, do you still even have to audition, or do they just know what
Hell yeah. I try to put myself out there as much as possible so that you already know what I'm capable of and what you get. Not everything, but just a little bit. You know that I'm diverse. You know, I can play the majority of styles of music and switch genres and play some key bass, play some upright, play some electric. But yeah, I gotta man, my brain. You guys, excuse me. I'll be having so many ideas in my head that I want to say, but
it's all good.
Yeah.
What's your favorite bass? What's your favorite bass to play?
My favorite bass, man. You should. I got like 9 of them in front of me right now.
Oh my god.
The one that I've been playing of late is my Sadowski, and I love it because they all have different characteristics. That one it's a beautiful bass because I'm into giving the people what they want, right? So I have basses that are like my style, my signature, and when I play, you know it's me. But then I have like the traditional basses that are like souped up and amazing that give everybody what they're looking for. Like, you know, you go to LA, you start doing sessions, you can't walk in there with any kind of bass. They want to see the Fender, they want to see some kind of jazz bass, so you want to have an arsenal of instruments at your disposal. This one right here is one of my favorites. This was actually my first bass that I purchased. Damn, that was about 20. Oof.
That's a legendary bass.
Yeah, this was like this is back in the days when Rudy's Music was on 47. Remember all of the stores were on what was it, 30th?
That was a long time ago. Oh my god.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly the street, but they had Manny's Music. You had Rudy's. It was a whole bunch of stores.
Did you ever go to Sam Ash?
Sam Ash was there. So this was my first like expensive bass, and I did my first gospel recording with this bass, and this one feels amazing.
What was your first gospel recording?
Shoot, I worked with it was the Vessels of Honor. That was my first recording. Lord have mercy. Man, you just took me back. The Vessels of Honor out of Mount Vernon, New York.
Okay.
Elder Ronell Fuller was amazing writer, amazing artist, and minister as well. And he had a group, and asked me to be a part of it. And man, just listening to that album now, I think we recorded that almost 26, 27 years ago. It's still,
that's crazy. And we don't even look 26 and 27 now. So,
God, listen, that's the man up there.
That's what happens when you start from the church.
That's the man up there. Well, we really big on health and wellness. And and we're big into just taking care of ourselves. So
Right.
I do a lot of training, and just try to maintain this vessel.
Yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it. So are you also heavy in? You're also I'm not asking, but I'm also saying you're also heavy in the production as well. So what are your aspirations as a producer, and is there any music that we can check out?
Yes, I've produced a lot of different people. There's one guy that I took some time, and he's a dope tap dancer, but he's an amazing writer and poet and rapper. So I had the privilege of producing his album. The album is called Beautiful Fire.
Okay.
And, we locked into the studio and came up with this beautiful product, and it's beautiful. So check that out. That album by Joseph Webb. It's called Beautiful Fire. I've also put out some original music on my own. I put out a Turn Up the Bass single, which was great. I had a good time recording that record. I have some new music that's going to be released very, very soon. And what's coming next? My series, the Stories from the Road series, is coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, we just finished. We just wrapped on that. So I'll probably be releasing that the top of the year, or I'm thinking about the day after New. Yeah, the top of the year. Top of the year, like the first or the second.
So by the time this drops, it'll be out already.
Man, it's gonna be amazing. Wait till you see it, and it's beautiful because, again, like I tell it some of the story in my series. I just want to leave a legacy, and I want to tell my side of the story. That's one of the things of the great bass players. They didn't have the social media, and they didn't have the outlet. They were good at their instrument, and they did their thing, but they wasn't in front of the camera, right? Just because of the role of the instrument. Right. So now in today's time, man, I get to tell the story. I get to, give you. I have some beautiful moments, and I want to just document that and share that with
you were doing that on YouTube as well. Is that that's
my
of it?
Yeah, that's yep. We got another.
So you were doing it like during the pandemic, like
yeah. Yo, during the pandemic, we went crazy. I started that. I started this brand. The musicians are essential. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Yeah. And it was just, we were talking about the essential workers, and we love them, and we appreciate their hard work. But the musicians are essential as well.
Definitely.
Just because what we do, especially again being intentional. Like when I'm playing in front of a crowd, when people come to my show, man, the greatest form of flattery for me is not the standing ovation, but more so if I can make you move and I can make you dance. That means you're not thinking about the problems that you have. You're not thinking about no bills. You're not thinking about no health issues. I got you for that time that you in front of this band or in front of this bass. I got you, and that's healing. And I feel like there's a lot of musicians that have that power, and we're essential, whether you know it or not, whether you have a shirt or not. But if you don't, please come support us. Come to the website, www.natejonesonbass.com, and go get your shirt. We got all colors, hoodies, all of the above.
Dope. Because I know you. I don't know if you noticed or not, but do you when you're performing the basses, playing in the bands and stuff like that? Because like you said, you hope to catch if someone's dancing, their pain is being like they're not thinking about that right now. Are there times when you're going through stuff and you have a gig and then and the music does that for you?
For sure. The playing the bass is that's the fun part. The hard part is I love rehearsals, by the way, but like the traveling to the gigs and people the communication be off. People they send a text and then they'll secretly send an email, like that kind of stuff. Like give me the information. What's the budget? This and that. Send me that. I'm gonna see you there, and I promise you, I'm gonna be on time. I got you.
Right.
But once I start playing the bass, man, like all of that, I'm at home. I love it's not work. It's not fair to call it work. I have to call it work. But it's not fair to call it work.
It's a blessing to be able to call it work.
For sure.
And and you're one of the deserving brothers who get the chance to do it and do it well. It's an honor to know you and to have been a part of the experience. You feel me? Because it's definitely an experience when you're performing with no matter who the musicians are. In my opinion, I feel like when you on the bass, it's like it brings a whole nother energy to the room, as it should be, and it separates like you're part of the generation of the artists that I've supported. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and to see you rise and to be able to, you wasn't with them before, but when you started working with them, it was like, and seeing you on TV, 106 and all that kind of stuff, it's like, yo, it's possible. You know what I'm saying? It's possible.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's not just, you just got to perform here, but you can perform here, but you can also perform there, like on a different stage.
Right.
Been able to, be blessed, been blessed to perform on. So
I love that. And shouts to like the people that came before me that have been, kicking ass. I saw them do it.
Right.
So it's been amazing. People like Tony Stevenson.
Yeah.
Like people don't know Tony played with Madonna. Like we don't talk about that.
I may have to have him on the show.
We don't really talk about it, but
he played with Madonna.
Well, you better go. And this is part of the reason why I started my series. Because if we don't tell you, you don't know. People don't read credits no more, so you don't know I played on that record. You don't know that. We don't have the credits thing anymore where people.
But sometimes people don't want. I mean, certain energies don't want. Seem like they don't want to talk about it. So it's like.
Well, the small ones do.
That would be the best thing to do. You know what I'm saying? I would think. Because it's a journey.
The small ones do because part of your brand and shouts to also. I said Tony. Shouts to my brother Rufus Jackson. I watched him do a lot. He played with Alicia Keys and a bunch of artists and Steve Styles as well too. It's so many cats. Dominique Maybank. Oh my goodness.
So these bass players, musicians that you grew up watching, what do they tell you today after seeing you accomplish so much within the field of being a musician?
I think it's a mutual respect. I think it's a mutual respect, and I love the fact that most of the guys that I'm mentioning, it's not a competition. Right. It's like we inspire each other. We don't compete with each other. Like I don't want your gig. And I always say I am the gig.
Right.
I'm the gig.
I don't want your gig, but if somebody wants me on,
I don't need your gig. How about this? I'll make a gig. And I'll make the gig and book the artist that you plan for and then have you play.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying I'm different. I know. Which leads me to the beauty of I started a open mic years ago, about 21 years ago, called Taste the Stage, and that's what that was about. Like in the scene, everyone had their cliques and crews, and I couldn't get in because they had their thing. So because of that, I created my own thing. And you know what inspired me? I was watching a episode. It was a thing that was online, a documentary, and they talked about Martin Lawrence. And it inspired me. Martin Lawrence auditioned for In Living Color and didn't get it. And he didn't get it, but because he didn't get it, it opened up his mind and other doors opened up. And that's when he was able to get his own show and host all these different things. So me not being able to get into that opened up these doors where I was able to literally open the floodgates and bring everybody with me. If I was playing for a major artist, everybody that was with me had access to that artist. I'm bringing everybody with me. And they would have to tell you, they'll tell you themselves, So
this for the people who don't know, I named a few, but I wonder what songs have you played on that we may know or may not know, but know the artist that we can go back and check out. What's some of your
I got a record. Well, I got a record with Drake and Cole. Cole Hit It in the Morning. I played bass on that. I got a record with Nas, which is dope. It's called Let Nas Down. That's dope. I got a few singles with J. Cole. Apparently, I got a lot of house records, a lot of funk records.
Okay.
And again, studying the masters, I watched Anthony Jackson, and Anthony Jackson was literally, and Ron Carter, they were doing almost like 1,500 to 2,000 sessions a year.
Dang.
Once I saw that, I stepped it up. So I just stepped. I can't tell you the number, but
yeah,
let's just let you know I stepped it up. So there's a lot of records that I played on that will be coming out that haven't come out yet. You know how.
Well, you named a good one, the In the Morning joint, because you know that has two of the most profound, biggest rappers of our time. Like, what was that experience like? Just know,
man, let me tell you something. I'm so glad you asked me that. Wow. So big shout to my brother.
Want to know.
No, shouts to my brother X and Fahrenheit. Man, they're the producers of this record. So I get a call from J. Cole, come into the studio, and I had this bass.
That particular bass there?
This bass right here. Wow. I came in the studio, and you know,
wait a minute, that deserves a.
So I get these random calls, and it's like I can't remember. It's definitely late at night. We definitely in the 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And the producers in the room, and they're like vibing, and I'm listening to the track, and I'm like, oh, this is so fire. So now I start playing, I listen, I learn, I got the key, boom. Now it's recording. When the lights is on, I'm ready. So it was a dope moment because as they were trying to kind of produce me, because I'm looking at everybody, I'm like, what do you want me to do? What you want me to do? Because I'm here to serve. I'm here to I want to make your situation better, not take over. I want to fit the puzzle. So I'm looking at the producers, and then Cole, I remember this distinctly. Cole looks up and he's like, yo, let him do what he do. Like, trust me, let him do it. He got it. And they kind of like chilled back a little bit, and then I was able to do what I did on that record, and it was really
that's a move. That's a move record right there. That record is
such a great record, man. But then we have so many more. Apparently, the Born Center album. Oh man, Forest Hill Drive, which I just literally I went to go see Cole at Madison Square Garden last Monday, and I hate asking for tickets. Two things: I hate asking for tickets, and then I also hate. I don't like watching shows from the audience. I want to be on stage, man. I don't want to be watching nobody play. I want to be on the stage. But this one was different because it was the anniversary of the Forest Hill Drive album. So it hit different because I'm listening to what we did in the studio, and someone is playing what we did in the studio live. So it's hitting me totally different. So it was amazing. And the guys I called the guys and they took it. They was like, you want to come to this? I was like, yeah. Took care of me. I had a great time, man. Great time.
Cole is a beast. He's a beast.
So this year, like I said, this year has been absolute. I work with some of my favorite artists this year. People like I worked with Sheila E. this year. I work with Big Boy from Outkast. I work with Method.
I think I saw you in French Montana too, right?
I got a chance to MD French Montana.
Wow, what was that? I mean, before we get to French Montana,
it hits me different because the man is from the Bronx, New York.
Exactly.
So it's like I know these people. And it was amazing because I know the music already. There's no rehearsal needed. I know the music already. I know your whole verse. So to be able to work with him, it was just really dope. And it was dope because it was a new situation with him working with the live band situation. So it was just monumental. And then I was big shouts to my boy Music Man Ty, who curated and called me to come in for that situation.
That's dope that a lot of the rappers are continuing to incorporate live musicians. It brings the whole realness to the music.
Musicians are essential, man. I've been trying to tell everybody. They not listening to me, G. They not listening.
But it also helps when they got some good tracks, some backing tracks to you know what I mean?
You're right.
Because musicians are essential, but you gotta have some good music.
Gotta have some good music that people like. Yeah. And it's so funny. I was talking to one of my mentees, great producer, and I was just telling him the nuances of a hit record. There's a formula to these hit records, and yes, it is your artistry, and this is your masterpiece. So you can do whatever you want. That's fine. Do whatever you want, but at some point you're gonna want to make some money.
Right.
And we have 6 platinum plaques with J. Cole and a few plaques with other artists. So we on that side, and then for a living, I play all other people's music. So we play covers. These are all hit records. They all have a formula of why it works.
So that energy lives inside of you at this point.
I was just trying to break it down, but I was like that too. I was like, when I was younger, I wouldn't really, I couldn't hear them. I couldn't listen. I wasn't listening.
So when did you understand that you needed to listen, or how did it come about to when you started listening?
Maturity, just getting older, and then falling on your face a few times, failing, because you're gonna keep going over that same lesson until you learn it. You know what I mean? Right. So just the experience, watching other people go through different things, but mostly my experiences of my own. Because I don't want to sit here and act like I've been perfect and I played perfect on gigs all the time. No, but my ability. I always say that we're in the NBA. So what I do is I watch film. I watch. So I'll go watch myself. I'll record myself in rehearsal. Okay, it sounds better if I do this. Oh, this might be doable. Okay, this is good. Did I like this? And I watch the tape like they do in the NBA, and we try to just get better and get better, get better, get better, get better.
Well, you've also helped. You've also have grown with Trey Songz, with the Trey Songz experience as well, and seeing his career from the beginning to where it's at today. Like, what has that experience been like? Being from the beginning to seeing from the records, from the Gotta Make It era to when it was starting, and then it was a little slow, but then it was booming though, and then it just went whatever. Like, what was that whole experience like for you?
Man, I don't even know where to start with that. Just being selected and picked, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be a part of something like that it's life-changing, man.
Did it feel like it was like not gonna be just a gig, like it was gonna be a journey with Trey?
No, well, I looked at it first as a journey, like where it's like I know I'm good, right? And I know I have what it takes, and I know how to serve, and I know how to make people better. But being around those guys, the whole team, like everybody in the team is elite. They're the elite. They're the top of the food chain at what they do. So it's nothing but just lessons all over it's beautiful lessons, especially with him. It's ridiculous because he's a producer. He's an engineer. He's a you know what I mean? He's an entertainer. Like he can man, the dude is
and he's consistent, like, because even before the record started, like,
he the real deal,
taking off crazy, like they've been the single, like he was always on the road. It seemed like to perform.
The guy is really the real deal. And knowing who to put around him, knowing that you're better at me at this, and bringing those people in to enhance and not no ego. Because let me tell you something, man. You gotta be confident to hire me. I'm different. Like, I train, I work out. We outside. We shirts off, man.
Right.
Not everybody can handle that. Imagine that you got a situation and it's your situation and you the guy, and then somebody come out you gotta be built different. You know what I mean? Dude, really? The whole team it's been nothing but a beautiful journey, man. The man took me out like literally like 6 out of the 7 continents. Just traveling, playing, learning, growing, trying, like, you know what I mean?
And there's still more to do.
Man, you have no idea. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. I've been thoroughly.
I got to see y'all perform at the Garden that year when y'all
right, you came to that
Mariah for that New Year's that
New Year's man, that was
crazy.
Shouts to my cousin Tika Johnson, man. She sings with Mariah Karen. Man, that was I forgot you was there for that.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah, the dude is the real deal, man.
Yeah, I was happy for you and Amadeus. Y'all both are just killing it.
Let me tell you something. That brother right there, man, is another blessing, man, because from him I learned the power of networking, the power of building, and the power of business. Man, that dude is incredible, man. The whole, like I said, the whole team, man.
In front of Bronx.
And we're literally, and we don't compete. We inspire. You know what I'm saying? I got this situation going over here. This is good. And they'll tell me about it. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, oh, that's fire. Why don't you do this? Let me call such and such. And we're building. And that's the hard part. That's the only hard part about the touring is like, it's like you get the tour and you're around like-minded people and it's just beautiful. And then when you come back home, you're trying to like tell people like, we don't have to do it this way. We don't gotta do this. We can come over here and make this and do this. And they just, they don't hear it. They don't listen. So you just kind of like try to find people
everything ain't for everybody.
Everybody can't go.
That's the fact.
Yo. And it saddens my heart, man, because, you know, these are my friends, you know what I'm saying?
And they will continue to be your friends.
They will.
They'll just be your friends over there while you're over here. And you'll come back.
Yes.
And we'll come together the way we come together.
Yes. I don't feel that I'm better than you or any of that, this and that. I've seen some things over here and I'm trying to tell you, but
What advice would you give a musician coming up today, to get started, just to get a gig, to see a gig? What advice would you give a up and coming musician?
I got a lot of advice, but off the top of my head, I would say the first thing is diet and health. That's the first thing, because you can't do nothing without that. You ain't going nowhere because you got to be healthy to travel. You got to be healthy to carry these bags on the plane and move stuff around and move and be agile. You understand? So that's the first thing. The second thing I would say is just study the craft and study the masters, because all the information is there. There's nothing new under the sun. The people have laid blueprints. So you can go back and check out some of the greats that have done it and see what they did right, what they did wrong. Like I studied James Jamerson. I was like, let me go check him out, and found out that he was a jazz musician, that he was playing upright, and this was his 9 to 5 doing this at Motown. And then he also was into this. And you got to study the masters.
What can turn you off from a musician? If you're looking to hire someone and they're good and they can play and everything, but I guess the attitude, what turns you off?
It would be attitude and free. Like now, I can feel the energy and the frequency, but sometimes that there might be like an arrogance there, which you have your confidence, but don't be an a-hole. You don't have to be that. Definitely tardiness. And it's okay. Things happen, right?
Right.
You can call, yo, this is going on. Whoa, this is, you know what I mean? But the late thing, the arrogance, those come to mind first.
Okay.
I'm sure there's some other things.
That's good. But there's a lot of inspiring musicians that look up to you and would like to know if what is it that what are some things that will turn you off and them possibly getting a call.
Yeah. And I would say go beyond the instrument and you know what I mean? Like, so I'm a part of TSE. I'm responsible for, which is Trey Songz experience. I'm responsible for the low end frequency. And you should say I play the bass, I play key bass and things of that nature. But it goes beyond that. Like, can people travel with you? Do they feel comfortable around you? You know what I'm saying? Are you cool? Are you know what I mean? Like those kind of things. Like if I'm not on stage and I cannot see the assistant or the wardrobe person, they need a hand. Yo, I'm gonna help them with the bag.
Right.
Or if I see something lacking, I'll be like, yo, and I'll give these suggestions. I'll be like, yo, this is pretty cool, but I've been checking out these units, these bands over here, and they're into this and this and that. Can we incorporate that with our own way or do this and just try to be an asset to every situation that not only to that situation, but I try to be an asset to all the situations. So
I like that.
Beyond the bass guitar,
beyond the actual talent.
Yeah, man.
Be a human being.
Because I plan on my next move is I definitely want to go into management. and PR for artists. Because I'm already doing consulting. I have a consulting business, which is amazing. I've had 42 clients and 42 success stories.
Nice. Oh, so you're doing this.
Oh, no. I told you I went over there. I got the information and now I'm helping. So we're definitely online. We're doing what we got to do.
Let me ask you, what are your top 5 R&B albums of all time?
You can't do that, bro.
Yes, I can.
No. We're not gonna do that. I can't do that.
Top 5.
I can't do that with you. I can't do that with you.
First
of all, I don't just listen to R&B, man.
That comes to your head off the top.
No, I'm not doing this with you. Because you know what? Because I'm gonna get flagged for this. I'm gonna get in trouble for not saying other people's albums. You ain't messing up my money. No.
Oh yeah.
But I am super diverse, and I listen to a lot of. I like the new stuff that's coming out. And I was just telling, I said this in another interview where like it's weird because in my car in my home, I don't usually listen to music because I'm trained. Like when I'm listening to music, I'm not enjoying. I'm learning it. So it's like, oh yeah, second chorus, bridge, like it's in my head, like because I have to learn the song. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I got to do. I got to learn songs all the time. So. But I'm sorry I can't answer that song.
No, that's all good. So, hey,
you know what I mean?
But I maybe off the record we'll get that answer off the record. Do you have a top 5?
I have top 5 artists that I love to listen to, like live.
Can you name those?
I'll tell you my favorite male artist, R&B. Oh, they're gonna kill me. Dave Hollister is my favorite.
Dave Hollister?
Dave Hollister.
What?
I believe him.
I understand that.
I just believe him, and I love his voice, the passion behind it. Like obviously he has the soul. He obviously has the church behind it. That's another thing. That's another conversation. The type of musicians and the certain things that you got to go. We'll go into that. But Dave Hollister, I'm a big Fantasia fan. I love Fantasia.
She's dope. They're both dope. Dope.
I believe her. And I got a chance. I haven't got a chance to meet either one of them yet, but I look forward to meeting them.
I see that. That's happening. Yeah,
it's definitely gonna happen. No question.
2025. That's happening.
No question.
And what is it like working with D Nice?
Man, it's a blessing, man. It's really dope.
That's a different type of gig with him being a DJ? Like, is it?
Bro, man, did you know I did Carnegie Hall 4 times? 4 times. I did it twice this year. It's different. I'm a part of an orchestra. Like I'm in an orchestra band. I'm a section leader in an orchestra, Revived Alive Big Band and Orchestra. Like I was a section leader. That's man.
And it's crazy because it stems from hip hop. Like the music has gone so far. It's come so far.
Yeah, man.
From a place where people said it wasn't gonna last long. And
let me tell you something. I'm from Hip Hop Boulevard. I was born and raised on Hip Hop Boulevard.
Talk about it.
Like when I used to come outside, it was tourists on the block. By the way, I never met KRS-One. I still want to meet him.
No, okay, I've met him once.
I didn't get a chance to meet him yet, but I plan on it. We're in the same circles, like you know what I mean. It's a matter of time. Right. But to answer your question, the situation with D Nice is just beautiful because this guy is an amazing brother, man. Super talented, knows how to rock a crowd, goes off a vibration, and he cares about people, man. Like he's not he's in the industry, but he ain't industry, man.
Yeah. And you can tell that he really loves music.
He's from the Bronx.
Back.
And it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to work with him because I love it because he be like, Nate, you know this? I said, D Nice, I know everything. Play whatever you want to play. If I don't know it, by the time it come around, I got it. And it's just a beautiful chemistry and it's a vibe. And I just love it. I got a chance to play. I did Essence Festival with him. And that's what we worked with the Sheila E. and Method Man and Big Boy and Tweet. Who else is on there? there's a few other artists on there, but it's just beautiful. And big shouts to my big brother Mike Phillips, because if I didn't go through that school of him, I wouldn't be able to do the stuff that I'm doing now. Like multiple artists, last minute, making things work and just rolling with the punches and stuff like that. It's important.
One of my last questions, like being from the Bronx, you know, they people try to give us Bronx a hard time sometimes, but obviously it's been a blessing because we've got greats like yourself that's coming out of it. Bronx is killing the game.
They don't really know. They don't know me yet, but
they know you. The black people know. If you know, you know.
We're gonna do something big in the Bronx, man.
You're just every day you are working and being successful. You're doing something big for the Bronx.
So like,
what has been the experience? How has the Bronx experience benefited your journey?
Oh, the Bronx raised me, man. Like you get the schooling of you got to be tough, man. You can't be no punk here. It's different. The awareness, just the grit, and people not playing. They're not for play. Here, it's different. It's a different place. I think New York in general is a different place, right? For sure, like the hustle and bustle. But the X is, man, I love it. It definitely it raised me up, man, for sure.
Me too, because it's like creatives like yourself, Valerie, Amadeus, you know, all from the BX.
And Val from the Bronx?
From the Bronx.
What?
Jackson.
Man, get out of here. Man, man, she's amazing, man.
Yeah, and it's like we just have great energy. You know what I'm saying? Those of us that are doing it and doing it for real. I mean, I just find the energy to be right on point for what it is that we're trying to do. Like our energy fits what we're trying to do. It's not a force. Yeah. When we in the mix, we know what we're doing.
Yeah, we go get it. We go after it, and we get it. You know,
no disrespect to any other.
No disrespect at all. We just talking about the Bronx. Mm-hmm. It's a like I said, it's a beautiful.
I don't know what it's like to be born or raised from no place else. So
yeah,
and I know the people that's doing it, and I'm one of the people that's moving and grooving as well. And I just see the energy of what inspires me, and it's just motivating when you have people from where you're from doing it, and you get to talk to them, and it's like, oh man, you know, they're serious about what they're doing, and they actually have been successful. So that's dope.
That's love. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think this year when I wrote my goals, because my new year usually starts on my birthday in October. Mm-hmm. And I wrote down, I said for 2024, I didn't want to live off the old accolades. I wanted all new accolades. I wanted to create something new, and I wanted to grow, and I wanted to say I did something different than I did, because I'm in competition with myself. Mm-hmm. So to play with all these different artists, now I'm a part of Club Quarantine with D-Nice. I got new artists now. I started working with French Montana. He's from the X, you already know.
Yeah, right. He's from my block.
Yeah, exactly. Started working with I said D-Nice, I said French. I'm a part of an orchestra. Like we did Carnegie Hall. It's been 1 year. Did Carnegie Hall, the MSG. We traveled abroad. I did the tour with Trey, Keisha Cole, Jaheim,
right.
The Love Heart tour. That was amazing. So it's been beautiful, and I'm really excited.
Out of all the tours you've done with Trey, because you've been on all of them. Is there one tour that stands out from the others? Because his tours be crazy.
Yeah, no, they all they're all a beautiful experience. I don't have one that stood up. The last one was amazing. Mm-hmm. The last one was amazing just because it was a testament to the hard work that we put in, that he put in actually.
Yeah.
And I did a clip in a video about just thinking about it. The people that I'm playing for right now, all the names that we just mentioned, they recorded music over 20 years ago. And we're working off the music that they recorded 20 years ago. So that just makes me go back to a statement that I used to say after every show at Taste the Stage. And I say, playing the covers is amazing, but if you don't record, you don't really exist, man. You have to record some music. And now with the technology, man, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, finish is better than perfect sometimes, you know.
Right.
Most of the time. So you're gonna grow.
And it can get better if you just put it out. At least you have a start point of where it's at.
Yeah. And then to the musicians, I think diversity is the key, man. I like diversity. That's what I look for, because I want to be able to utilize you in different things. So all my mentees that I have about 12 bass 12 bass mentees.
What they call you, Uncle Nate?
Man, first of all, I not to change the subject, but man, I was playing basketball. I'm nice, by the way. I was playing ball, not like I used to be, but I'm really good. So I'm playing ball, and the dude say, "Yo, OG, yo, pass the ball," and I had to stop the whole game because I was pissed that he called me OG. I was really upset about. I was like, I had a moment, and they were like, "I said, yo, man, what are you talking about? How old are you?" He's like, "I'm 18."
Wow.
Facial hair, muscles, and everything. I'm like, "You 18?" And he's like, "Yeah, all of us are 18." I was like, "I guess I am the OG."
But you're in shape, so it doesn't even, you don't even see it. You just
don't call me OG. Don't call me OG. I don't like it. Don't call me OG. I don't like it.
You mad when the youngest call you Unc?
No, it's all love, man. I'm grateful, man.
Yeah, that's experience. That's experience.
The experience and the wisdom, man. And now where I'm at now, when my mentors, that I have a lot of mentors, but when they tell me something, man, I don't wait. I implement immediately.
Right.
What you say I need to get? Hold on a second. It's on its way. I don't, you know, not saying that because I try to help a lot of my mentees that they just don't listen.
Let me ask you, because I know how important is it for musicians to have income coming in? Like, because a lot of people want to make money with the music from the beginning. Like, is that something that you run into? Like, people not wanting to pay their dues, just want to jump right to the money?
Everyone's situation is different, so I can't, and everyone's journey is different, so I can't really speak to their journey and what they have going on. Because some people need the money right now, so they might be like, "Yo, these are my rates," and if there's nothing, you only
not so much on a rate tip, like when they're starting out, just getting their feet wet, like, and they just want to, some people just want to get to the bag immediately.
You listen, some people can get to the bag. I think that you should enjoy the journey and be intentional.
Right.
And that's where I'm at. I'm trying to be super intentional. And I'm being intentional. I'm enjoying the journey, and I'm going the extra mile.
But when you started, did you start out making money from the beginning?
No, not at all. We had to pay dues, a lot of dues. I was on a tour one time, and again, like it was a lot of blocking going on that I could not break into this circle. Everybody had their guys, and then a tour opened up, and I said, this is my opportunity. And I took the tour, and it was tough, but I was young. I was super excited. So I was still living at home. Like this was the time. So it wasn't about the money at all.
Right.
It was more so about the experience, because I need this experience so that I can go, so people can see me and they'll hire me. So I definitely paid dues. That tour was crazy.
Yeah, that's because because you've had an amazing, you've had an amazing experience from what I've seen and what I'm experiencing from seeing you do what you do. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to know if that was like something that because I hear artists say stuff like that a lot.
Yeah, as you get older, you start to understand and see what the numbers are and stuff like that. You be like, oh, wait a minute, we making this money. I definitely, but that's knowing your worth and knowing who you are.
Right.
I understand. I just had this conversation today with another friend of mine, and knowing the market, knowing your worth, You have to ask yourself questions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, how much money you want to make this year? Okay. Who makes that money in your field? Like bass players. You know the top bass players, you know how much money they make? They add 150 million. People don't even talk about that stuff. We don't even see that stuff, but you got to do the research. So when I was researching, I'm looking, I'm like, oh, they're in rock bands. Oh, they get a part of the publishing. They don't play for the artists. They actually are the artists. They're in the band. So they get writing, they get publishing, they get, all of they get to play on the records, and they're touring with the band. They get a percentage of the merch. You got to know that stuff. You got to know what's going on in your field. How much the highest R&B tour pays? How much the highest jazz tour pays? What are the numbers? You got to like really figure that out. Do you want to play? You want to play for these people, or do you want to be the artist?
Or do you want to play, or just want to play around?
Or do you want to do both? Or you want to just play around? Because there's a lot of people that's playing around. There's a lot of people.
You try to stay away from them.
Yeah, try to.
Far away from them. Man, Nate, this has been a blessing. Thank you so much for being a guest on the show. You know what I'm saying? This is this has been a dope combo.
Yeah, bro, I really appreciate it. I hope it wasn't too lengthy or long. I hope I wasn't.
No, those are the. I mean, when you have stuff to say and you've had the type of journey that you've had, like when you ask me how long it's going to be, it really depends on the creative, the conversation, the vibe. So thank you for just being willing to express and say, what you said, because it's been amazing. Hopefully, when the people watch it back, up and coming musicians, they can. Get something from it positive and adapt it, and put it into their journey.
I hope so.
I know they will.
You can follow me. Everything is at NateJonesOnBass.com. No, excuse me, at NateJonesOnBass. So you can follow me on all social media platforms on that. And again, be intentional, go the extra mile, and enjoy the journey.
Yeah. That's a fact. Thank you so much, my brother.
I'll see you in a little bit, brother.
Blessings. I'll see you around in these streets.
I see you. We'll talk in a minute.
Okay. Later.